Let's bring in Jonathan Sacerdoti. He is a special correspondent for the Jewish Chronicle newspaper in the UK. This attack comes essentially 50 years after the Yom Kippur War, a war in which Israel's neighbors thought they were going to wipe it off the map. Instead, Israel turned the tables and did very well in that battle. Not so well for Israel this time. It was a surprise attack, and Israel was bloodied very badly as a result.
John, I think there's no doubt that Israel is intending to win this war, just as it did with the Yom Kippur War 50 years ago. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for them, and that doesn't mean it's going to be quick. And of course, we know already that there are many casualties. And that's why those comparisons are being made, not just because of the near anniversary when this took place, but also because the element of surprise is an enormous factor here. What happened when Hamas managed to invade, to go over the border from the Gaza Strip into Israel, is that Israel was taken completely off guard. To see that number of terrorists pouring into Israel through what was considered an impenetrable border has left Israelis in shock, not just citizens, but also politicians and military leaders, and they were playing catch up. It's even thought that now there are still terrorists within the country and that the army is still clearing areas. And let me just say that it's, in the 5 a.m. hour in Israel at the moment, and you can expect that the number of dead will rise dramatically in the next few hours as rescue and medical teams finally get into villages on the Gaza border. Those villages should be clear of the terrorists in these coming hours, but you need to be prepared for even more horrific images when people do get into those areas which are right on the Gaza border and where people have been fighting for their lives.
And those villages have not been entered till now?
Well, the army have been engaging with terrorists around the Gaza area, and they've been trying to clear them. So the aims of the army have really been a bit to play catch up. They've been trying to neutralize the terrorists inside the country. Of course, some have gone to the ground or hidden themselves. There have been gunfights. There have been deaths going on over hours and hours since the infiltration, which means that that was the first stage that the country needed to undertake. And then after that, of course, they're going to then be looking at Gaza. And as you've been saying on air, there is the issue that there are Israeli civilians and soldiers who have been captured and taken back into Gaza, being hidden there, according to Hamas, and they will be also potentially at risk if Israel does go into Gaza, if it continues its airstrikes, and also, of course, if it has a ground incursion into Gaza, because Hamas has been known to hide behind civilian populations in Gaza itself. They're also going to be using Israeli citizens now as a human shield, and that's something that the Israeli military will be all too aware of when they're going in there.
Horrible days and weeks ahead. Jonathan Sacerdoti, thank you.